Excellent. So, well, first of all, welcome and thank you so much. Some of you know me, some of you we haven't met before. So, first, I'm going to introduce myself and then I'm going to translate for Fernando. Fernando doesn't speak English, so I will be translating for him. So, my name is Valentina Martilotti, and I am a healer. Yes, my work is very much in support people who hasn't not been able to find answers in the mainstream therapy, and they're trying to find out more about what's happening to them, what's happening to their life, the cycles and the patterns that they see repeating in themselves. So this is where very much we and Fernando come in. We are both have our gifts activated, like claircognizance, intuition, energy perception, clairvoyance, clairaudience. Well, all the things that start activating when you start into this path. And as part of our the work that we do, we both offer online sessions, personal sessions, but also then what we realize, and Fernando will speak more about his own experience with the plant medicine, is that the plant medicines can provide quite a jump into the spiritual path when we have been into the spiritual path, or we have been, the self work, the self awareness work, and we have reached some sort of blockage into sort of going deeper into the process. So today, we're going to pick up on certain topics that I'm going to go through in a minute. And we much better going to share what is our perspective around those topics, the use of plant medicine, what are the plant medicines that we use, how we use them, whether, also we will talk about whether it's always needed to use plant medicine for going deeper. And well, and now the answer, so for now is no, but we know how good they can be. Also, we will talk about what people call like bad trips, or or experiences that could be not loving, and how actually we support those experiences, and how those experiences actually can be the catalyst for further expansion, because it has to do with your soul contracts or connections from other lives, and so on. And also then we will talk more about also the retreats in general, is how we run them, why sort of we don't refer to them as plant medicine retreats, but more like healing retreats, where if we feel that that's the case, plant medicine will be used to support the consciousness expansion. So I'll stop here, and Fernando, if you can introduce, si te puedes presentar, y yo voy a ir traduciendo.
Bueno, muy buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Luis Fernando Moreno Martínez.
So good afternoon, my name is Luis Fernando Moreno Martínez.
Bueno, mi experiencia con la medicina desde que comencé hace más de 30 años
My experience with the medicines since I started 30 years ago
con muchos chamanes
with
y
many
taitas
shamans and taitas. Fernando is from Colombia,
en la selva del Putumayo
in the Putumayo jungle,
para conocer el recorrido de la planta, cómo se procesa,
to connect. So to connect with the plant itself, how the plant is treated and processed,
cómo la plantan, cómo la recogen, cómo hacen la bebida
how
de
it's
la
harvested,
ayahuasca,
how the ayahuasca is prepared.
que contiene dos plantas,
And the ayahuasca is the mix of two different plants.
la ayahuasca y la chacruna.
Yeah, chacruna and ayahuasca itself.
La chacruna es la que da la pinta, la que muestra, da la capacidad para tener visión.
Yeah, chacruna is the plant that allows for the inner visions. Yeah,
Y la ayahuasca es la que nos ayuda a ir más profundamente a reconocernos a nosotros
And
mismos.
ayahuasca is the one that will help us do the introspection to get to know ourselves.
Si bien hay muchos métodos para conocerse a sí mismo,
Yeah. If accepting there are many different ways to get to know ourselves,
como la meditación
like meditation
y muchas otras terapias que nos llevan a la introspección.
and many other therapies that will help us with introspection.
Los seres con los cuales he compartido y he caminado con la planta, la ayahuasca,
But however, with the people that I have walked with and share the plant of the sacred medicine of the ayahuasca,
han tenido muy buen resultado.
have had really good results.
Sobre todo la terapia que nosotros manejamos,
Yeah, particularly the therapy that
que
we
tiene,
work with, we offer,
que tiene que ver con el acompañamiento en la ceremonia,
that has to do with the support, the companionship that we offer during the ceremonies,
guiándolos a que puedan comprender y entender la información recibida.
guiding people to understand the information that they receive. Y ahora aquí creo que es importante que expliques eso, qué es lo que ocurre, por qué te has dado cuenta de que
Ya lo iba a
esta parte.
explicar.
Yeah. And I was just saying to Fernando is maybe this is the right moment to explain why he felt the need of this type of companionship that we offer.
En mi recorrido con todos los taitas y todos los chamanes y maimas,
Yeah. In his experience with all the shamans and the taitas, taitas is how Colombian people call shamans.
eh, me fui dando cuenta de que muchas de las ceremonias realizadas
He got to realize that from all the ceremonies that he will attend,
los taitas y los chamanes no daban una buena explicación
yeah, the shamans wouldn't give a good explanation
y un acompañamiento más personalizado.
and a deeper support, more personalized support to the people attending the ceremonies.
Y por eso hay en internet tanto mensaje
And that's why then you will find in the internet so many messages and experiences
de experiencias muy traumáticas y muy difíciles,
of traumatic and difficult experiences with the ayahuasca.
pero no es por la planta en sí,
But it doesn't have to do with the plant itself,
sino por el acompañamiento que los seres que la brindan
but more with la falta, the lack of companionship of the people that provides it.
pero en nuestra terapia nosotros hemos ya tenido muy buena experiencia en acompañar a los seres.
Yeah, and in our ceremonies we had really good results and experiences working with people and offering the medicine,
De las cuales podemos proporcionarles muchos testimonios.
of which we can provide lots of testimonials.
Agradeciéndole pues toda su atención y si tienen alguna pregunta, profundizar más en el tema, pues estaremos acá muy pendientes de sus preguntas.
He says, well, from now already saying thank you very much for attending, and of course very open to any questions. So you're welcomed to write down your questions or to turn on your mics.
Hay, hay una cuestión muy importante que casi todos los seres tienen.
There is a very important aspect that we all beings, human beings, have.
¿Cuánto demora el trance o el efecto de la planta?
How long is the effect of the plant?
Esto es muy difícil de decir porque cada uno tiene su propia dinámica y su propia capacidad, pero es un promedio entre 6 horas, 7 horas,
Yeah.
8 horas.
And but so the how long you can be under the effect of the medicine, yeah, it can vary, but it can be between like 5 to 7, 8 hours, really depending. Bien, ahora voy a seguir yo. So one of the key reasons why we offer ayahuasca is not necessarily for the people that just want to experience, what it feels like to go beyond this reality, which of course then the plant will provide. But it's very much about for you to be able to see over your ego threshold, what's happening with you, things that through normal therapy, you haven't been able to find the answer, even through meditation. And why is that? For people that maybe is very deep into their self-healing path, yes, and is going into deep meditation, is opening themselves to connect to the emotions, to the pain that maybe past experiences have caused. Usually when we are opening, ourselves to get access to the subconscious, if the memories are too painful, what happens is that no matter whether you're in hypnosis or meditation or in a therapy or past life regressions, people tend to block themselves. Yes. And then you disconnect and you backed into your protective area. But what happens is that comfort zone, that protective area, is the one actually allowing for the patterns, the repeated patterns, yes, and those life events to keep coming, yes, and not allowing you to move forward with your life, to be able to experience something different to what you have been experiencing in the past. With the ayahuasca, and then the sort of the focus that we give is that because also then we set the intention to, there will be interviews and conversations and lots of work prior taking the medicine. We would work very much on the focus of what is that you're ready to go deeper and heal. And sometimes it could even be things that you don't remember. It could be trauma from childhood, yes. We have even taken people, which is again something that you can do in hypnosis, into their conception moment. But because the way that they were conceived, what was happening between mom and dad, that already has generated a trauma at soul level, or reactivated trauma at soul level, that the ayahuasca will show you. And usually then what happens is then the person will start getting this information, but then sometimes they don't know what to do with it. And this is when we come, because we will start supporting you and guiding you on how to start dealing with that experience. As well, we both tend to have our channels very open, so we will start receiving information as well. So even there are parts of you that maybe you haven't received, we get to channel, yes. And this is more connected maybe with, again, something to do with the information of your family tree, your lineage, or information of your soul from other incarnations, so what we typically call past lives. And this is when, again, maybe those energies may start appearing. Yes, when we have like soul trauma or deep wounded experiences from this life, the ayahuasca sometimes will show you entities. Yes, so the way I call these entities are like insects, light insects. You know, when you have a light and then at night and you have all those insects just flying around. Well, this is the same. We produce such beautiful energy. You know, we are light beings. We have the divine spark. And when we start dimming our light, because we're under the patterns of really low vibrational emotions, all that light, yes, is tuned into a frequency where these insects, let's call them that way, can start perceiving us. And of course, we emanate in all this beautiful energy and it's for free, so why don't just feed from it? So because the medicine, what it's doing is showing you where, Fernando described that the medicine is like a hotel. It shows you, it opens all the door of all the rooms in your subconscious and it starts telling you, come on, welcome, walk in, and start looking what is that you left in that room. So the medicine will show you, but this is where people that goes to big group ceremonies, sometimes they get too confused because it's too much information. Yes, and they don't know what to do with it. Or they found it that is not connected to them. Yeah, because it could be something connected to their soul memories or to their ancestors. So this is when then that support that we provide is very much helping you understand that picture, that vision that you haven't, and bringing healing into that vision. So when it comes then to entities with these insects, usually then what we do, which is the same thing that we do when we are offering energy healing sessions or emotional healing sessions, is that we will guide you to put this insect, this entity in a bubble, put it in front of you, start interacting, understanding, why it's able to perceive you, what was the emotion that it was in you from an event that you had that allowed that entity to start connecting with your energy field. And we will ask then if there was any previous contracts or connections from any other lives, and so on. So then we will guide you in the same way that we will guide you in a hypnosis session about how to get rid of that connection. But most importantly, which is always something we explain, and that's why then the retreat becomes so helpful, is about changing your habits, what you think, what you feel, and how you act, yes, to avoid reactivating those behavioral patterns. Yeah, because I can get rid of this. So this is the insect that was just around my energy field. Yeah, and people comes, I just perceive this at nights, and and it's so, and I please get rid of it. Yeah, just burning potato. But if I haven't changed what in the first place attracted this, I can help you get rid of that. Yeah, but if you haven't changed inside you, that tuning that you are emanating these frequencies, another one will come and it will start doing the same. So one of the key things that we explain to people when they start working with us, we're not healers in the sense that we heal you. We are healers in the sense that we have walked our own self-healing path. And therefore we can support you because of our own experiences in bringing healing to yourself. Yeah, and we do it through our visions, the decrees that we guide you to bring into you, so then you are the one changing yourself. So in that sense, no medicine, yes, medicine, the support that we provide is the same, but the medicine takes you deeper, because it goes over that ego threshold that you go, oh no, it's like, I am the victim, everyone is doing these bad things to me. And sometimes the ayahuasca will show you, well, actually, you did the same to other people, but you don't want to recognize it. You don't want to see it. Or you just conveniently forgotten about it. So ayahuasca and the world, and the same for us, we will confront your ego. We're not confronting you, the beautiful human you. We're confronting the mask that you have put over you because you were wounded and that you thought that then that was giving you rights to act in a certain ways that are actually against you, your own expression. Yes, but somehow we get so used to the ego behavior that we believe that we are that ego. So so then the retreats, why we do retreats as opposed to compared to the online companionship that we do. It is that in the retreats we really go deep from the moment that you come to us. We will start actually interacting with you, with your life, your childhood, your even your first sexual experiences, because sexual energy is the most rich energy that we human produce. That's why there's so much interference, yes, with everything that has to do with our sexuality. That's why so many women feel so ashamed of their body, or suffer from body dysmorphia and lack of self-esteem, because in a way we still like humans, and we want to interact sexually, but we're always doing it not from a place of well-centeredness and true love and expansion. So we will also then be talking about that. We will talking about the relationship of mother and father, how important is that foundation, that balance of the energy of feminine and masculine. Because although we could have been doing lots of work at etheric as past lives, bringing harmony of then feminine energy and the masculine energy, it is through actually the biology, because we are in a biological vessel, that the biology has to have that balance. So we will be exploring that, yes, and we will be also exploring about what are the patterns, the belief systems, everything that you've been holding in you that is keeping you repeating certain patterns and is not allowing you to see beyond for your own life. I'll stop here to see whether Fernando would like to add algo más, si quieres agregar algo
Sí,
más.
sí, hay algo muy importante. Primero que todo, no los estaba mirando porque estaba acá con el traductor.
Yeah, first of all, yeah, there is things that he would like to add, but he wasn't looking at you because he's actually reading the translation.
Hay algo muy importante que es que no estamos juzgando ni criticando a otras ceremonias.
There is something really important, sorry. There is something really important that is not about judging, other ceremonies or other servers of the medicine.
Ni queriendo demostrar que las ceremonias que nosotros hacemos es la mejor.
Or trying to show off that our ceremonies are better.
Lo que estamos hoy compartiendo es que hay otra manera de ver las ceremonias.
What we are doing here today is to show you there are different ways of serving the medicine.
Y aprovecho la oportunidad para honrar a todos los chamanes y taitas de la
And I take this opportunity to honor all the shamans from the Amazon.
Porque cada uno está haciendo su trabajo y su experiencia son los seres que le llegan a su lado.
Because each one is doing their work, and their experiences are the one that people that come to us. There is always resonance.
Muchas gracias y si tienen alguna pregunta, estamos acá pendientes.
Yeah, and once again, thank you very much. And if you have any other questions, we are here. Okay. Please, if you have any comments, any questions, just write them down in the text, and we're going to be looking at that. So, other topic that we wanted to share today, it is about the consciousness level that we have been experiencing through our own past, but that we also perceive in the people that has been working with us, because not necessarily everyone is exactly at the same level in the same path. And unconsciousness is not something that, as you will see in lots of psychological explanation that is a pyramid that goes up. Yeah, that is a very mental representation and of how actually consciousness works. Consciousness is very much, it's something that we start developing and start expanding. Yes. So consciousness and sort of when we talk about the spiritual awakening, it starts always when we start sort of asking why this is happening to me. Yes. And we start sort of seeing patterns. So this is maybe, and I tend to explain that as the sort of the circle of where you have the victim, the victimizer, and the savior. This is where most humanity operates at the moment. That at least we start realizing, either if we are the victim, we start realizing that something is happening to us. Yes, but we still sort of operate in that triangle. There is the victimizer, there is someone that is not good, harming myself or harming me. Yeah, and then there is the savior, someone that will come and rescue me, and I will feel better. Then usually then something changes and happens when we stop asking why me, and we start asking what for? What's the purpose? Why this is, I can see happening over and over and over. And when we start asking that question, the what for, what happens is that we start operating in the next ring around it. And this is when, and that ring, it could be quite vast and opened. Because first is that when we start asking that is because we come in the observer. And the observer will start noticing patterns, belief systems, thoughts, emotional meltdowns. Yeah, is able to observe themselves a bit more. And some of you that have worked with us, that's one of the first things that we share with you, which is start observing yourself with no fear. But sometimes what we carry is so deep, the sadness, the grief, the fear, that we believe that we are not able, yes, to do that ourselves. I'll read you in 1 second, Joanna. And so when we allow, then that's when we start then searching for different type of, we start exploring different type of therapies and sessions. But sometimes then, even within that ring of observation, we still find it hard. And usually is within that ring when we see that the best effects of the medicine, yes, is the one that will provide the most benefits. Because it will help you to go deeper into that observation, because it will take you to become the non-judgmental observer. Because you're over the ego, you're not connected. And usually what happens, well, you still too much identify with the ego, that's when ayahuasca will make you purge, vomit. And as I explained to everyone, the vomit of ayahuasca is not the same as the vomit of a virus in your body. It's very, very different. People, somehow it's the worst experience that they referred to is seeing, darkness and stuff and the vomiting. Because it could sound quite horrible, but actually it's quite releasing. And usually then when there are these emotional blockages, yes, that the ayahuasca will just force you sort of to release that blockage, so then you can go deeper. And then the next sort of level of operation is when we are very comfortable of being that non-judgmental observer of our own life. And we starting then to start operating that consciousness of the surrender, yes, and the creation. This is when we start realizing how much what we think and the emotions that we give to that thoughts start actually affects the manifestation of our reality. There are people that just jump into manifestation without necessarily doing the homework. But if you're truly consciousness expansion, spiritual growth, everything goes hand by hand. And the medicine will always also support you. And we had incredible experiences with people really through expressing their consciousness over even before deciding to become human, and the interaction and the explanation why they are on Earth, what they came here to do, their connections to Mother Earth, the use of the elements, and activating gifts. And so the medicine really will provide all sorts of supports. So, I'll
Hay algo.
hay preguntas.
Sí.
Okay, so if I'll start with the questions. Please feel free to ask your own. So the first one is from Joanna. What are the possible physical reactions of your body to the medicine? And does vomiting always happen? Is it possible to avoid it? Bien. Sí, ¿cuáles son las posibles reacciones físicas a la medicina? Si siempre ocurre el vómito y si es posible evitar el vómito.
El vómito, siempre hay la posibilidad de que sí lo haya, porque cuando la medicina entra, libera.
Yeah. So in most cases, vomit will take place because what the medicine does is first is to purge the physical body. Yes.
Pero sí se puede minimizar con una buena dieta.
But that can be reduced with a very good diet.
Y la dieta adecuada para que el organismo no esté cargado.
And the right diet for the body not to be heavy.
Porque lo que primero entra a la planta es a limpiar.
Because the first thing that the plant does is cleaning.
Y puede mandarlo a uno a depositar en el baño o a vomitar.
So either can send you to the toilet or to vomit. So if the plant needs to clear the body, so then the body can't be holding higher frequencies. Remember that we are having a human experience in a biological body. Yeah, so everything that we experience has to be held and supported by this body. So if the body is dense, the plant what will do will help you release that density. So either it's pooing or vomiting. Yes, but not necessarily happens in all cases. I had many ceremonies where I didn't vomit.
Hay casos muy excepcionales donde la persona está muy limpia y no requiere de que.
Yeah, there are exceptional cases where the person is clean and there is no vomit.
Pero sí se puede dar.
Yeah. La segunda pregunta. ¿La medicina se sirve en la mañana, en la tarde o en la noche?
Dilo en inglés.
Sorry, the second question. Do you serve the medicine in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening?
Todo depende. La medicina en el día tiene un sentido y la medicina en la noche tiene otro.
It depends. The medicine during the day has one meaning or sentido o efecto.
O efecto,
Yeah.
perdón. Sí.
In the morning, sorry, the medicine during the day will have one effect, and in the evening will have another effect.
En la noche hay más introspección, hay más de la parte inconsciente y del subconsciente que se mueve.
At night, there will be more introspection and more access to the subconscious.
Y en el día hay más luz, hay más capacidad de discernimiento también.
And
Es muy
during the day there is more light, more discernment, and it's very healing.
Y nosotros le preguntamos a la persona cómo lo desea y también
So
le sugerimos nuestra.
in the retreat, we depending what we perceiving, we will ask the person what they prefer, but also then we would guide the person what we believe is the best based on what we are perceiving about the energy fields of the person and what the person is coming to work with.
Y desde nuestra intuición le podemos hacer la sugerencia si es de día o
So
de
from
noche.
our intuition, we would suggest whether to have a day or an evening ceremony. Ok, pregunta siguiente. Quisiera saber en dónde están ubicados y qué días tienen disponibles para esta experiencia. So, Gloria, your question. At the moment, we are in the UK. This is where I'm based. Fernando lives in Colombia, but he's here with me for the next 2 months. So we're doing in Colombia, sorry, we're doing here in the UK 4 days retreats. Yes, up to mid-October. From mid-October until mid-December, we're going to be in Colombia. We have set dates for the Colombian retreats. The difference is that here the retreats are 4 days. In Colombia is 9 days. Yeah. There are many reasons for that. One is that in Colombia we have a house in the mountains, and Colombia is beautiful. So it's a shame not to go to Colombia and not actually enjoy Colombia. So what we offer in Colombia is 3 ceremonies over a period of 9 days, but also then we will take you to a hot water thermal. I can't remember how you call it, thermales. Also, then we will go and visit a place called Salento that is on the coffee region. That is really beautiful. It's almost like lost in time. And then we will do the last ceremony in a coffee farm. That family is an amazing family that they're all connected to Lemurian times, and there are healers as well. So they support us on that last ceremony. In here in the UK, we offer these ceremonies in Oxford, and it's 3 days. Yes, with 2 ceremonies, one ayahuasca and one mushrooms, and of course then it's very much compressed, but the effects in the sense of that change in your belief systems, the understanding about you, the understanding about the past. One of the key differences that you, and I guess all good therapies, provide to us is that it's not about rejecting the past and rejecting what has happened to us. It's about fully integrating our past, accepting that past is past and it's a part of us, even it's the part that has taken us to this place. Yes, but it's to disattach the emotional baggage of what that past events have generated in us. One of the key things that we've been working is time collapsing. Yes, is understanding how the subconscious work, which is disconnecting the energy field from the right here, right now, the present, from the past, by healing the past, by accepting the past, by even connecting with gratitude to the past. So then we can recover all that energy into our present, into our right here, right now. So we can start projecting the future. When we are under the ego mind, the ego doesn't understand present. The ego plays ping pong. Yeah. Table tennis between the past and the future. Yeah, it goes to the past and it cries for the horrible things that happened to us, and it jumped into the catastrophic future that I know what I'm going to live because my past tells me so. When we collapse, yes, there is no any other moment that right here, right now. So what we offer is very much bringing you into that understanding, whether it's going to be through talking over coffee and breakfast, whether it's going to be through the ceremony with ayahuasca with mushrooms, whether it's going to be while we're doing a tarot reading, or we are just guiding you in a meditation, or we're just walking into fields. The click happens in any of the events. Yeah. So truly the catalyst of change is not the medicine, is your intention to allow the change. And this is where we support you. Yeah. And there is a lot of laughter. There is lots of crying. there is really a really beautiful experience of what actually few days can do into our lives, because it's not just the you that are having the transformation. We are having the transformation next to you, because we always, we one of the key pillars that we understand about that we are all mirrors to each other. Yeah. And if we feel that connection to work together, is because we both have something to share and to receive. So this is not like two masters, gurus in top of you imparting wisdom. No, this is actually a triangle, 3 parts working together and walking together, yet to apply change. So we all end up transformed during these ceremonies. So in Colombia, we at the moment we have 4 days, 4 set of days. 2 are already confirmed. So I will be publishing the one that we have at the end of October and beginning of December. All November has been taken, that are still available. And Joanna, question number 3. Will the medicine help to connect better with your higher self and the spirit guides?
Okay.
Joanna pregunta si la medicina te va a ayudar más a conectar con tu ser superior y con tus guías espirituales. 2 things. I'll let Fernando answer as well. Yes to your higher self, but the higher self is no other than you over your ego. Yeah? So the idea is not to connect to something higher than you, but for you to take the masks. So the true you, the best version of you, is expressing right here, right now. And the second question with the spirit guides. We had a massive transformation in the last 2 years. And one of the key things that we have identified, that spiritual guides, they are always in exchange of our energy. Yeah, we've noticed that there are no angels, no other civilizations just offering their services for free. I haven't found one. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to support you, for you to invite your guides and for you to find out what is that they're taking in exchange of the guidance that they're providing to you. And one of the key experiences that I had back in 2021, when I had my Kundalini activated, was this message: only humans can support humans in their healing. At the time, I didn't understood what it meant. Yeah, I thought we were like channelers of spirits and the higher self and the higher realms. Then I realized is that we are the guides. We are the higher selves. We are the better versions of ourselves. We just need to clear all the masks. Fernando is really good at taking masks. He started laughing. He can see them. He can see the masks. He can see the masks. And he started laughing like crazy. Sometimes I get a bit of okay, relax. So the answer is yes, but we very much would invite you to have a true conversation. Yeah. Once I got a connection to Syrian beings, I was in a deep meditation in something that I perceive as a Buddha state. I have no idea whether it's a Buddha state or not, but I feel so expanded that I get that this is the Buddha state. And I started perceiving Syrians. So I started interacting with them telepathically, and I asked, why is that I perceive you now, and why don't you come to my field when I'm sort of doing healing? And they say, it would be a disrespect to humans to respond to your help calls, because that will be disregarding your power. And we know how magnificent and powerful you are. The only thing that we can do is not interfere. Only when you are in our vibration is that you perceive us and we perceive you. And I went, thank you very much. And I disconnected. I didn't ask for information. Yeah, it was just that conversation. And for me, that was again another reaffirmation that we have the capacity. Yeah. And that then to the final question and to close is, do we need medicine to continue our path? The answer is no. Yeah. The answer is really to help us. Just took that quantum leap when there is something that I used to call seals, yeah, like blockages in our energy field that somehow we have put ourselves and we have contracted with entities that we were going to remain under certain vibration experiences to break through. Yes, but every experience is your experience. Yes, we give the example of chocolate. You may write a whole dissertation about chocolate, but the people can read all your books about chocolate, but until they have tried chocolate themselves, they will never know what chocolate is. So what you will experience with the medicine is about you and your own energy fields, your own consciousness expansion. Yeah, and if you get lost and vomit, it's because you need it to get there to rescue yourself and bring you back together in the true self that you are. Yeah. Yes, Monse. And Ayana will read your question in a minute. No.
Audio. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hola. I wanted to ask, for example, through the effects of the plant,
Yeah.
no?
A través del efecto de la planta.
That we are going through all this, like, let's say, multidimensional journey, no? Yeah. So, for example, could things happen like that little pieces of our soul get fragmented and they get kind of like splitted around, and then maybe they don't come back to us? And for example, one little piece is lost and it doesn't come back, and we have to go and search it. And then can this happen? Because sometimes I have experienced this. Can this happen, or can you see if this happens, and can you help, for example, to bring that back?
Sí.
¿No? A ver, pregunto si es posible, ¿no?
Yes.
Que pasen las cosas, ¿no?
Sí.
Como efectos posibles. Sí.
A ver, cuando los seres tienen la capacidad de ir a otras frecuencias más altas,
When people have the capacity to go to higher frequencies, higher dimensions,
y como nosotros también tomamos la planta sagrada, la ayahuasca,
and as we are also have taken the medicine,
entonces nosotros estamos al mismo nivel o un poquito más arriba
we tend to be at exactly the same frequency or higher.
a nivel de la frecuencia para tener la capacidad de acompañar.
So we have the ability to be with you in that frequency.
Y en tu caso, por
And in your case,
tener la capacidad de ir más profundamente,
because of your capacity to go deeper and more expanded,
en nuestra experiencia, cuando hay seres como tú,
in our experiences, having dealt with people like you,
en nuestras conversaciones antes de la ceremonia,
in our conversations prior to the ceremony,
damos ciertas indicaciones
we will give indications
para poder que la persona entre en una frecuencia bien armoniosa.
to allow you to have a very harmonious connection. Yeah.
Y si por alguna razón
And if for whatever reason
entra en una disociación
you start with a
a nivel de
dissociation
su alma, de
at
su
the level of your soul, your spirit,
nosotros estaremos ahí muy pendientes
we will be there connected
para ayudarles.
to help you.
Por eso esto es personalizado.
That's why this is
No es
much
para muchas
personalized.
personas,
It's not for that many people. So then we can do that sort of work
porque los dos estamos enfocados solo y
because
exclusivamente
we are
con la
both
persona.
focused on the person. Yes, doing that support.
Ya cuando se hacen ceremonias para varias personas, ya es otra metodología muy
Yeah,
distinta.
when we offer ceremonies to still small but like more than one person, yeah, the methodologies and the support, of course, is very different.
Pero lo que hoy les estamos compartiendo es
But
personalizado.
today, what we are offering is all our experiences and the support that we give on these individual or couple retreats. So, para expandir, to expand on that, we had a session, not a session, we had a case with a woman who started channeling her shamanic consciousness. Yeah, this was with mushrooms, and straight away it was her shamanic consciousness. And at the moment she connected, I downloaded the whole information about all the wrongdoing of this shamanic consciousness on Earth. So, and it was this whole healing, me channeling the reason why she was experiencing, because she was connecting with a life where she was a British aristocrat, and another life that she was a Brazilian engineer that has been building dams in Brazil, and another life, and it was all at the same time. Yeah. Whereas I connected higher and I connected with the consciousness that expanded, and I could see all the parts, and they were all have been working with one specific element. Yes. So I started guiding her to bring healing to the wrongdoings of that consciousness in the different incarnations with the different elements. And she was the one, actually, this incarnation, or her incarnation in this one, was the one bringing harmony and putting them all together. So is also then we had another session that the moment that the mushrooms kicked off, this woman felt that she was trapped by all her ancestors. And she said, "You need to hold my hand because they're taking me." And I said, "No, they're not taking you. I'm with you. I'm supporting you. I'm going to start guiding you on how you're going to be dealing with your ancestors." Because she was being as a dim of light, yeah? And all the ancestors that were trapped in the fourth dimension just surrounded her. And literally they were like ghosts, like zombies just trying to grab her. And she started bringing light and light and light and light and light until we opened a portal and we helped all those ancestors to go. So experiences that could be terrifying when you have the right support. Yes. And it's because we have lots of experiences in interacting with the fourth dimension. We know what's happening there. We can guide the person, because for the person, of course, it's the first time that they're experiencing that, but somehow it's part of their own process. That's why they get there and not anywhere else. Yeah, it's not random, the experiences that you get to feel when the plant or the mushroom have been intended for healing. Yes, that is very important. And that's why then the conversation and everything that happens before the ceremony, which is all the preparation, we can already start perceiving what will happen, because your channel is already opened, we are already connected, yourself start perceiving your own channel, so almost we can predict where the medicine will take us. So, but yes, no, we never had an experience where someone got broken and lost in the ether and not being able to go back. So, Ayana, could we release all guides during the ceremony? Just let them go, meaning breaking all the contracts. Pregunta si podemos liberarnos de todos los guías durante la ceremonia y romper todos los contratos. but
A ver, tienen que tener en cuenta que una vida de una persona de 30 años o de 40 años en una ceremonia o en un retiro no van a poder soltar porque hay mucha tela que
okay. So something that is very important to explain and to understand that in a ceremony or in a retreat, you won't be able to deal with the whole life of experiences.
y muchas veces la intención se le pone a la planta,
And in all occasions, the intentions that are set to the medicine,
pero la planta es sabia y va a ir siempre a lo que se requiere primero.
but the medicine is wise, and it will take you to what is required, to whatever is, the elephant in the room in your energy field.
Es como ir al cuartico del reblujo
Is going to that room where you put all your stuff. I don't know how you put that in
y,
English.
y nosotros queremos recuperar algo que está al fondo,
And we wanted to go and grab something that is in the back of that room,
pero lo que hay que hacer es sacar todo primero para poder recuperar lo que hay al
but in
fondo.
order to get to the back, you first need to take everything, all the boxes and all the bags that you've been just pushing in the front.
Es un ejemplo muy mundano,
It's a
pero
very
es muy
mundane
importante
example, but
que
it's
así es.
very important, very clear, because this is exactly what
Entonces,
happens with the layers of
veces,
our subconscious.
muchas veces queremos liberarnos de un montón de cosas, pero la planta, la sabiduría de la planta y los hongos sagrados tienen su propia sabiduría y sabe
So
dónde
many times,
y lo que
or
se
in most
requiere.
occasions, we want to get rid of many things, yes, but the medicine is very wise, and it will take you to what they perceive in the field. Because sometimes what we want to get rid of is very much from the ego. That I have enough. I don't want this anymore. I just want to get rid of it. But there hasn't been learning. Yeah, there hasn't been the full understanding of why that was in your life on the first place. We just want to get rid. Please take it. Please take it. Just no. And consciousness doesn't work like that. And the medicine won't interact with the ego. Yes, it will
Y,
just take you whatever it needs to take you.
y ante la pregunta si se puede cambiar, todo se puede cambiar,
And
todo.
question about whether we can change, we can, get release of that. Everything can happen in a ceremony. Yeah. And something that to be aware is that, and this comes from my own experience, and it's sort of also then going deeper into Fernando's explanation. Can you heal all your life or all your soul in one moment? Not necessarily. And the main reason why, and this has come from my own experience, is that I've noticed that when I get those sort of quantum jumps, yeah, I will get into a level of consciousness, and I will start operating, with new information, new wounds, new stuff. Also, what I will notice is that all contracts from souls from other lives would reactivate. And they will reactivate because I have reached a certain frequency, yeah, where the contract that I had with these entities, because, I was a witch, an Egyptian witch or a goddess or a priestesses, and I was playing with the elements, and I was playing with sexual energy and whatever, and then I was so powerful because I had all this contract with these beings and stuff. I could have many lives, yeah, and a perfect normal life, but I wasn't operating in that level of frequency. Now that I have reached that level of frequency, I will start perceiving things, and are the entities that now they're saying, oh, we want the payback. Remember that contract? Well, you did this, you did that, you did that, you did that, you got this, you got that, you got that. And remember, you, little sign here, you said that in whatever incarnation, when you reach, yeah, you were going to pay with your energy. So, and that has happened to me and to lots of the people that works with me. Yeah, they say, I start perceiving these things, and I go, okay, what happened to you before? Oh, I did this work, that work, that work. And I say, okay, quantum jump, there you are. So you can have a ceremony in that yeah, in that range of frequency, and you've done a lot of healing. But there you go, you continue expanding your consciousness, new expanded frequencies, higher frequencies. And that higher frequencies, again, once I got the message, the more light you get, the more darkness you heal. Yes. So there is always balance. But the more that we are in right here, right now, in full presence, very connected to what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, and how I am acting, the less that then those things will just pop up. Yeah. But to whatever you're ready in the level of frequency that you're operating, yes, you can bring healing, you can release contracts, you can say thank you very much, au revoir, bye-bye, ciao, I'm finished. But then you keep going, yes, and is new challenges. Remember, video game. Yes, you deal with the green dragon, now you're going to deal with the blue dragon.
Hay hay una mirada muy profunda porque cuando muchas veces se sana o se cierra un contrato, hay muchos otros que ya se cancelan instantáneamente por
Something
haber sanado.
also to understand that happens also that when you are finishing or closing one contract, but like a domino effect, many others will also then be released. So you don't really have to do one by one by one by one. It's just an expansion.
O con un perdón
Or with
se
forgiveness,
cancelan
decree,
contratos o se cancelan cosas.
you can cancel contracts and other contracts, sacrifices, agreements.
Entonces la recomendación es
So the recommendation is
llegar a la medicina sin expectativas,
to come to the ceremonies
con la mente abierta
with no expectations,
y
with
el
an open
corazón
mind
dispuesto.
and a how do you say that, Monse? The disposition, an able heart.
Yeah, sorry, the audio. Yeah, like an open heart.
Open heart. Yeah.
Open heart, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Available for
Yes.
what can
Available
happen.
for whatever you're ready to let go.
Yeah.
So we promised that was going to be an hour, so we will stop here. If you have any question or any comments before we close, anything that you would like to ask? I had one question from someone yesterday and asking whether vomiting could actually produce dehydration of the body. We never have experienced that. Again, Fernando has 30 years taking medicine with big groups, plus then 10 plus years offering the medicine. And we never have experienced that. And also then the medicine is bringing healing. So in most cases, actually, we've seen that lots of physical illnesses, diseases, disharmonies, they're gone because now you're understanding the emotional reason why your body was in that dissonance. Yes, all illnesses and physical problems have to do with an experience that had generated an emotion that you haven't dealt with. So the body is carrying that until you're ready to bring awareness, bring consciousness, bring healing. So no, we haven't actually seen any dehydrating or having to be taken in emergency to hospital. There are something else to understand that there is the New Age and there is the massive opposition about the mass human awakening. So experiences like this where there will be a true release of contracts, of agreements with other races, with entities, they will do whatever to keep you small so then you don't release that. So all those fear mongers that we find in the internet, in a way, have to do with those experiences, or with people literally just going with no intention of healing and to try ayahuasca. Yes, that's what we keep saying, and you will see in the chat And in the information that we provide, we are not offering a trip. We're not offering you a drug experience. We treat this extremely seriously. And both for the ayahuasca and the mushrooms, there are shamans that they are the ones that prepare it, and it's always, we ask it always to be prayed when it's prepared and is sent to us for healing, for spiritual healing. Yes, so we are very aware, and also then we work with the person, because sometimes there could be contracts between you and the ayahuasca. The ayahuasca there are periods that have been very dark because it's been used for purposes of I'm not getting the word, but oppressing, masculine oppressing the feminine. So we also then make sure then that before you take it, we're going to check on your energy field and just make sure that there is compatibility, and then that when the medicine is served, you're open to receive it, and it's true healing that will come through you. Yes. So this is all the preparation, the energetical and the emotional preparation that we do in advance to serve in the medicine. Okay, so thank you very much.
Para agregar por último, estas ceremonias, estos retiros,
To finish these retreats
es para darle un impulso muy fuerte al reconocimiento de sí mismo
is to give a push to the being for self-recognition
y lograr una paz interna
and to achieve an inner peace
sin dejar que lo externo,
without letting go that the external,
ya sea el que nos dirija nuestra vida,
stop being the one that direct our life,
sino que es nuestro ser interno,
but is now that inner
nuestro
self,
maestro interno,
our true inner master,
el que tome las riendas
the one that will take the reins,
para que nuestro camino sea más armonioso.
so that path becomes more harmonic.
Beautiful. Very good.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much. It has been very beautiful. Thank you for everyone's energy, because it felt very harmonic.
Si tienen alguna pregunta, alguna inquietud más profunda, nos pueden contactar por
if you have,
internamente.
if you want to have a deeper conversation, a private conversation, you can contact us, and we can continue more about then understand where you are, what would you like to achieve, and to share, a deeper explanation about how we could support you in your own path. So thank you so much, and some of you will see soon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye, Joanna. Bye, Monse. Bye, Ayana. Bye, Ayla. Ciao, ciao.